We just have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to clone fragrances. I mean, 5 years ago, not to mention 10 years ago, the clone market was a joke compared to what it is now. You can get the most amazing fragrances with quality that rivals, or in some cases exceeds, the quality of many designer fragrances for dirt cheap, many times $25, $30, $35. And it's so easy in such a overcrowded market of amazing clone fragrances to miss some of the most unique or most impressive fragrances that have been coming out. And so what I wanted to do in this video is actually take some of the clone fragrances I have that I really like, that I haven't really talked about much or haven't talked about in a while, those that you could easily have missed, and I am going to show them to you and say, hey, this is really good stuff. You might want to check it out because you might have missed it. So that's what we're going to do in this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget, don't overlook the like button. If you like the video, give it a click. All right, let's begin. First up, I missed this one whenever it came out, and I just saw it a few months ago and picked it up, and wow, it is a really good fragrance. I'm talking about Azara Man Parfum. Can you tell by looking at the bottle what this is a dupe of? This is a Tom Ford Black Orchid Parfum clone. Now, I actually really like the original Black Orchid. I would say I've kind of burned myself out on it, although I still think it smells great. But you know, dark, chocolatey, patchouli, floral fragrance with some spice and some sweetness. Very unique, very cool. But the Parfum is even better. I've almost bought the actual Tom Ford a number of times. Guess what? It has a plum note in the top. I love the note of plum. There's also a little bit of a booziness. In my opinion, this is definitely the better of the two fragrances. Now, this Fragrance World clone really captures those nuances, the unique things about the Parfum that makes me really love the fragrance even more. You get that wonderful sweet plum note. You do get the booziness in this fragrance. And I will tell you, after about an hour or so, some of those more unique facets fade a little bit and you're left with something that smells a lot like the original Black Orchid. I can't remember if there's a leather note in this one as compared to the original, but I'm just telling you it smells an awfully lot like the Parfum. I haven't worn the real Parfum enough to know if after an hour it smells 85% similar to the original, but I'm just telling you, really good stuff right here. You might want to check it out if you like Black Orchid Parfum. Next up, now I'm not trying to be freakishly over-focused on the note of plum, but I want to tell you about this one right here. This is a Dumont fragrance, Borouj Silage, and this is an absolutely phenomenal alternative to By Kilian Angel Share. It is my favorite alternative to By Kilian Angel Share, and I'll tell you, it's because it has the note of plum. Now, the original Angel Share doesn't list plum as a note, and I would imagine it doesn't have it. This one lists plum as a note, and there is absolutely a little bit of a difference, not much, like 5 or 10% of a difference in the sweetness in the opening of this one. That is absolutely captivating, but it is such a powerful fragrance, like all of the Borouj fragrances are, and it is just that warm, sweet, spicy, ambery, vanillic, just fabulous fragrance, but with a little addition of plum. Super high quality on these Borouj fragrances. I think they're only about 60 ml, and you're going to probably pay, you know, $45 or $50 for it. But in my opinion, without question, absolutely worth every penny. So again, check this out, Borouj Silage. I love this fragrance. Next up, this is one from a brand that if you're truly a frag head, you probably already know about. But if you're not, you probably missed this fragrance. This one is called the Envy of Fomo, and it's by the brand Fomo, which is a collab with FragranceBuy.ca. They are extrait de parfum, I believe, or maybe just parfum, but high quality, high oil concentration. Each of the Fomo fragrances, there's only about 5 or 6 of them, although there's a couple new ones coming out. but specifically this one is a dupe of Gucci Envy. It is an aromatic barbershop fragrance, so in the opening, it's going to remind you of something like old-fashioned shaving cream. But in the base, it's got some tobacco, a little bit of almost a smoky tobacco. It's got some leather. It's got some kind of a little bit of like a rugged kind of spicy feel. It is a very interesting fragrance. It is a very complex fragrance to be a barbershop fragrance. And again, very cool, very great value, great prices on the Fomo fragrances, the Envy of Fomo. All right, next up, this one is an ultra cheapie. I mean, this thing you can get for about $12. I will have links and discount codes for most of these down below. This one right here is Rehab Choco Musk. And this is one of the best just straight chocolate fragrances you will ever find. It's really kind of chocolate and vanilla, very inexpensive and very powerful. This is a 10-hour fragrance on my skin. It is very sweet. It's very strong. In the first couple hours, it projects very, very well. And it's probably like 60% chocolate, 40% vanilla. If you like sweet fragrances, if you like unisex fragrances, because a woman could wear this just as easily, then you would be crazy not to pick this up for the $12 you'll probably pay for it, maybe $14. But again, Rehab Choco Musk. Now this next one, I actually complimented someone not knowing what they were wearing, but I just said, man, you smell amazing. What is that? He told me what it was, and I went and looked it up and found out that this one actually, I'm talking about Mercedes-Benz Man, I believe it's called. I think that's all it is. Yeah, Mercedes-Benz Man. This one is actually an alternative to Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, or even more so, I think, Parfums de Marly Percival. Now, Percival varies in slight ways from Fierce. To my nose, you know, going by memory, it's just a tad bit sweeter and a tad less herbal. Now, this one, I think maybe even the blue glass on this one was meant to be a nod to Percival. And it just smells fantastic. It's one of those fragrances, it works for any occasion. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. Extremely versatile. You can wear it in the heat, you can wear it when it's cold. You know, just a great fragrance for any occasion, anytime, anywhere. Mercedes-Benz Man. And here's one from a lesser known clone brand. It's actually a website that sells all kinds of fragrances, designer, niche, clones, and they do their own clones, and they do a very good job with them. I'm talking about FragBar, and I've got several. I think I've got about 6 or 7 of their clones, and they're all actually really good. This one is actually YSL Myslf Parfum. I actually prefer the Parfum. Pretty close to the original, but a little denser, a little stronger, a true Parfum flanker. And their version of Myslf Le Parfum is just very well done. It's very inexpensive. I've got a discount code where I think with that you can get the 30 ml of this fragrance for like $23, $24. Really good price. So again, check out FragBar's Myslf Le Parfum. They did a great job with it. Next up, I wore this fragrance a couple nights ago, and I love everything about this stuff. I love Parfums de Marly Pegasus, and this is a twist on Pegasus. This is Nitro Blue from Dumont. To my nose, it's like 80% Pegasus and like 20% Dolce & Gabbana the One. It's mostly that kind of fuzzy almond vanilla that you get in the Parfums de Marly, but as it dries down about an hour or 2 in, I start to get something that reminds me a little bit of the One. Now, both of those fragrances have a very unique texture. They're very three-dimensional, and they're kind of unmistakable. They just smell so unique and, you know, to my liking, to my taste, so amazing. And so I think it's a great combo. I think it works really well together. It's a twist on that DNA that I really love. Again, this is Dumont Nitro Blue. Now this next one is kind of an ultra cheapie. This was a collab between Aroma Concepts, a retailer that sells a lot of great clone fragrances, and Paris Corner. This one is called Batik, And this is definitely a unisex fragrance. A lot of guys could not get down with this because it literally smells like watermelon candy. It's got the slightest bit of like a green kind of a tinge in the background, but it's just strong, sweet watermelon. And this is a fun kind of playful fragrance. Whenever I got this a year or so ago, I was layering it with green fragrances, like 2 or 3 sprays of this, 4 or 5 sprays of a kind of green dominant fragrance, and that worked really well for me. It was unique, it was fun. Definitely not something I'd wear to a formal event, but pretty cool for you, maybe even for your significant other. But I got this for $17 on Amazon for the 50 ml, and that is a bargain. All right, next up, this is from a series of clones that Emperor did of Bond No. 9 fragrances. I've really come to love a bunch of the Bond No. 9 fragrances over the past year or two. They're just so expensive that I'm always looking for a good dupe of a Bond No. 9. And this one is a very inexpensive, very good dupe of Bond No. 9 New York Nights. This is a kind of fun, playful, gourmand fragrance. You've got like some vanilla and some caramel. You've also got some spiciness. It's really my kind of fragrance. I loved this in the winter. I got a couple other fragrances that are very similar around the same time, and I was just enjoying the heck out of them. So anyway, if you like gourmand fragrances, you know, you gotta like stuff that's sweet, a little bit of spice. Pretty unique, although there's a few things in a similar family, like maybe blonde amber, something like that. This is a great option and very inexpensive and pretty high quality with good performance as well. This is Emperor Night Party. Now this next one is from Generic Perfumes, an inexpensive Middle Eastern brand that I have just been continually impressed with. I've got a very good discount code, like 25% off or free shipping. This is their take on Absolu Aventus. Now whenever I got it, it was good, but it was okay. I would definitely, I always picked Aroma Pre-Show 1 over this one. And I still probably like that one better. But now that this has macerated for, I don't know how long I've had it, maybe 6 months or so, but after 2 or 3 months, it started to get very, very good. It's very strong. It's very accurate. It's actually way closer to Absolu Aventus than the Aroma is, because the Aroma has a pear caramel note added, making it sweeter. This one is just right down the line, a clone of Absolu Aventus, and it is so very good. It's strong. This is their A++, so this is their highest end, but you can tell that this is a very high quality dupe, and you're going to pay a fraction, of course, of what you'd pay for the Creed. Really good stuff, their version of Absolu Aventus. And this next one, this is a very unique fragrance. It's, again, my kind of fragrance. I'm talking about this cheapie right here, Lattafa Badi Al Oud Honor and Glory. This is a vanilla creme brulee fragrance with powerful, spicy, and aromatic notes. So it's got a lot of that weighty gourmand sweetness, but it's also got just wildly, almost clashing, spiky, aromatic and spicy notes. I love whenever a fragrance does that. Take like a really sweet kind of heaviness and then add some very vibrant, fresh, spicy and warm spicy notes. And they did it very well with this one. There is a little bit of like a woody saffron base in this one that will remind you a little bit in the base of like Initio Oud for Greatness or Lattafa Badi Al Oud for Glory, but mostly it's that sweet gourmand creme brulee and spice. Really good stuff and very inexpensive, Honor and Glory. And number 12, this is a new pickup from Zoha Aroma. They make a lot of great fragrances, higher quality like Dua or Alexandria, and a similar price point. I think they're a little cheaper than those two. But this is a little 10 ml of an original creation of theirs called Arabian Nights. And this one is a kind of sweet vanilla citrus fragrance. It's got some citrus, woody notes, vanilla, florals, amber, and musk. Now, there's no spice listed, But to my nose, this one is just this wonderful, again, vanillic, ambery kind of sweet fragrance with a very bright citrus, and I would imagine bergamot is one of the notes, even though they just call it citruses, and some floral lift to this one. It is a unisex fragrance, but I definitely would not say it's a feminine fragrance, and it's one that in the air is actually, it gets my attention throughout the day whenever I wear it. The sillage, the scent bubble of this one is very impressive. So again, this is an original creation, Arabian Nights. And so that has been 12 of the very prolific clone market, or in some cases original creations from these brands that you could easily overlook in the preponderance of new fragrances that have been coming out. But let me know down below, what are some of your best pickups of late? Drop me a link if it's something that I might not have. I mean, how would you know if I have it? But drop me a link if you want to recommend it. Remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. I'm Justin. This is Sillage Scents.